Remember Owlowiscious? He first appeared in the season 1 episode, Owl's Well That Ends Well. And in case you need a reminder, the episode is about this owl, Owlowiscious, just randomly finding Twilight Sparkle, who she takes a liking to. She takes him in as a new assistant, much to the displeasure of Spike. Anyways, Owlowiscious barely appears again in the show, let alone has an episode where he's the main focus. I'll just quickly list off most of his appearances since his debut, and then we can make a guess on what happened to him. He appears once in season 2 in May the Best Pet Win. He doesn't have any specific relevance to the plot, however, he does have a lot of scenes where he's in the focus, which proves that he's still important to Twilight. He appears twice in season 3, in Magic Duel trying to collect falling books, however, in Just for Sidekicks, he has a much bigger role, being the voice of reason to Spike when he's looking over everyone's pets. In season 4, he actually had quite a few appearances, first in Mod Pie, when he's with the other pets, and skipping ahead a bit in Twilight's Kingdom Part 2, when Twilight's house gets blown up, Owlowiscious is seen flying away, and then he kind of just dips from the entire show. In season 5, he does appear again, but his role is very minimal, but it is confirmation that Twilight managed to track him back down outside of an episode that we didn't get to see, or he just found his way back to her. Now, what's odd is that Owlowiscious didn't appear at all, or wasn't even mentioned in all of season 6, and throughout season 7 and 8, he's seen in 4 episodes, as a photo. So, finally, in season 9, he appears one last time in The Last Problem, but it wasn't even a physical appearance, it was just in a song. So with all that said, why is it that Owlowiscious became less and less relevant throughout the show's run? Let's take a look back at the episode Owl's Well That Ends Well. Let's inspect Owlowiscious' relationships with Twilight and Spike. I mean, Twilight seems to be mad trusting of some random owl that she just met, whereas Spike is more skeptical of him, albeit it's out of jealousy, but still. Spike thinks throughout this episode that there's something more sinister going on with this owl. In fact, the first time Spike meets him, this is how he's presented.
Hello?
Doesn't that look a little evil? Also, there's quite a few other shots where he looks evil. His design even kind of looks like a watching robot, no? I mean, like, his eyes look like cameras. And May the Best Pet Win, we get to see another owl who has less robotic looking eyes. I think the fact that both of these owls are shown in the same episode isn't coincidence. It's trying to tell us that Owlowiscious is different. My point is, what if he's actually a robot spy? For who specifically? I'm really not sure, but I do know that Twilight's worst days were yet to come ever since he dipped. What if Owlowiscious was a secret spy or surveillance tool for Cozy Glow or something? Obviously, this is pretty much just headcanoning on my part, but if there's nothing in the show that directly contradicts your opinions or thoughts, is there really any harm in thinking about stuff this way? There's this thing called the Doylist view and the Watsonian view. What that means is how in the original Sherlock Holmes series, the author's name was Arthur Conan Doyle, hence the term Doylist view, but the in-universe character who's chronicling Sherlock Holmes' adventures was his assistant Dr. Watson, hence Watsonian view. Essentially, the Doylist view is the real-world explanation, such as, the writers simply forgot about Owlowiscious or they just didn't have any uses for him. The Watsonian view is the in-universe explanation, like something that I just theorized. This whole Doylist versus Watsonian view is probably going to be a recurring concept in my future videos, so I hope that made sense. Speaking of which, I guess the most logical answer is probably that there was barely any use for Owlowiscious after his introduction, which was probably always supposed to be some one-off episode. Honestly, now that I think about it, I challenge you to come up with some episode plot that actually has something to do with Owlowiscious. Is there anything more that we need to see about this guy? What I find odd though is how in the later seasons, he only appeared in photos, which means that the writers still remembered him but didn't care enough to actually put the physical guy anywhere, which does make you think. Whatever the reason may be, I think Owlowiscious might remain as one of the strangest characters in My Little Pony, especially because nobody can even agree how to spell his name. Make sure to tell me what you think in the comments below. Feel free to subscribe for future videos like this, where I will delve into a bunch of unexplained My Little Pony stuff. See ya.